This is Dr. Z speaking to you from the year 20.23. This is Q-Shaft broadcast number 10. Today I'll conclude the discussion about the grid, specifically about parallel universes. Again, the importance of understanding the grid cannot be understated. I didn't believe in parallel universes before my understanding of the grid became close to complete. I was familiar with theories of parallel universes, but I thought them to be too speculative. My new theory originated with the idea that all of space is part of the grid. The grid is infinite in that we can experience nothing outside of the grid, and the grid folds back onto itself. But it also possesses finite qualities. Some of these finite qualities allow for parallel universes. For example, consider our lives as being quanta of time, which are put together in the form of our complete life. From our earlier discussions, time is quantized. The passage of our lives can be thought of as separate cells in the reel of film. Once the projector rolls, we don't see the quantized effect of the film, each cell separately, only the continuous aspect of it. But consider that we cut every cell out of that film. Next, in between each cell, we put another 100 cells in sequence from another 100 lives. Then we set up the projector so that only the first and every other 100th cell are shown. The film will appear to us like it did before. It will project our life. But what would happen if we don't start the film from the first cell, but from the second cell, and showed every 100th cell, which is another's life? We would be observing the other person's life, and our life would not appear in the film. Our life was still there, but it was in another parallel film universe. The grid rearranges its cubes in the same manner. A possible reason for this manipulation is that experimentation can be done more readily within a parallel construction than in a sequenced one. If a change in quote-unquote reality is deemed necessary by the powers that be, a branch from the current universe can be created while simultaneously allowing the current universe to evolve without interruption. From my analysis, massive gravity effects can warp space and time and set one into a parallel universe. My most advanced calculations and instrumentation lead me to this conclusion. It's difficult to explain, but I have been able to see glimpses of one of my parallel universes. Unfortunately, I can get confused as to which universe I am in at times. There, of course, is an original universe, but there can be millions of parallel universes, some of them very similar to each other. I believe all sections of the grid constantly rearrange themselves. For example, consider a Rubik's Cube, which I think many of you can recall seeing. Consider the Rubik's Cube as a single universe. Twist that cube, change the universe, but it is still made up of the same grid cube elements. Our existence, our memories, are related to only a certain staggered grouping of the movements of the cube, say every fourth turn of the cube. With many existences, it doesn't matter how many in between. Of course, all of this is very confusing to a novice, and is actually confusing to me, which leads me to a caveat. I am concerned that some of my previous Q-shafts may have been sent from different universes. This implies that some of my predictions that I sent you earlier may be from a universe that you will not experience. I may have crossed universes with some of my Q-shafts. I will diligently work on this, and I will let you know of any future conclusions.